I'm Peyton Taylor. This is 3T Livestock Farm.
I'm Neil Taylor.
And I'm Crystal Taylor.
So this is Honey Bun. She was my very first lamb when I started showing. So I showed her for a year. I won a buckle, and then we let her just roam around in the pasture. Then we bred her this year, but she lost her babies. But she's kind of sad, but she's fine. So this is Josie. I bought her as a bottle baby. She's a little baby.
What does that mean, a bottle baby?
It means that their mamas wouldn't take them, so you have to bottle feed them. And then this is Ruby. I bought her mama, and she had her, and she's gonna be like a show lamb. So the one in the front, that's Captain, and the other one is Sugarfoot, and we sold them to Johnny Wilson's farm. And back there is their mama, and then Flossie, like I was telling you, Ruby, that's Ruby's mom, Flossie. And then Idabelle over here, that's the one that I won all my buckles with. She's the rock star.
So when you go show lambs, what do you do? Tell us about that.
Well, you want to hold them and set them up. Like, you want to hold them and then get them in position, and then their legs have to be set, and they have to be stretched out, and you really have to study on the judge. Like, you have to, like, give him a mean face.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
So then what are they judging on? Are they judging the lamb, or are they judging you?
Well, in showmanship, they're judging you on how you set up your lamb, and then market, it's kind of about how big your lamb is and how meaty she is. And
do they ask you questions that you have to answer?
yeah, they ask you, what do you like about your lamb, and what do you feed your lamb, and how much does your lamb weigh?
So these babies right here, how are you feeding them?
We are creep feeding them, which means we take them off their mama. They're not weaned from their mama yet, so they're not taken away from their mama, but we're feeding them like show feed in there, and then the mamas, since this gate right here, the mamas cannot come through this gate to eat their feed. And then the mamas eat right here, so they get separated and eat over there, and then they eat right there.
So it helps them get used to being away from their mama
Yeah,
a little bit.
yeah,
And the babies go through the bottom half of that green gate, right?
Yes, yes.
So when you are showing, do you have to give your lambs a bath and all that?
You have to brush their shag, which the shag is the hair on their legs, and you have to brush them, and you have to shear them. You have to shear them. That means get their wool off of them, so you can just see their skin. And you have to brush their shag. Here comes Idabelle. Come here, girl. Oh, there she is. Idabelle came from Idaho.
Is that how she got her name?
Yes.
So tell us about the tags in their ears. How do you tag them?
Well, you take like this. It looks like a pair of pliers, and it has a sharp thing, and then you put half of it on the sharp thing and half of it on the other side, and then you put it in the ear where you want the tag to go, and then you squeeze it and it puts it in.
Does that help you tell them apart? I feel like you know these lambs apart.
I do. Okay, so the ear tags mean they help them get apart, and we did like an identification where it tells them apart, and when you go in the show pen, it kind of it tells you the number of the lamb, and it's born and bred in NC, that it has NC on it, and that means it's bred in North Carolina, and it was raised in North Carolina.
What about vaccinations?
Vaccinations. So you want to worm your lamb to get them. You want to worm every kind of animal, just so they don't get worms and don't get sick. And you give them a shot to make them feel good before the shows, and make sure they don't get sick. So these are ewes. These are my mama lambs, and they all came from different places. And ewe means when it's a girl lamb. And so this is a wether. It means they don't have their voice parts, but yeah. So but they all came from different places.
And so you're gonna breed these?
Yes,
Right.
yes. I'm gonna breed them for show lambs next year.
So they'll have they'll have babies if you breed them in August. When will they have babies? How long is that?
It is 6 months apart, so they'll have them in like January or something. So this is a sheep, and this is a goat, and these all right here are goats, and then that's a donkey, and then that's a miniature horse. So the miniature horse and donkey, they're in here for protection from coyotes, so the coyotes don't get in here and eat the animals. The donkey will kick them in the face. And I raise these Nigerian milk goats, and I milk them, and we make soap and lotion. So these are my show sheep for this year. The one in the back, the Fords, Shelby Ford, Harrison Ford, and Olivia Ford, and Devin Ford, they have that one, and Shelby named it after her grandpa, Little Wilson. And this is kind of how you want your lamb set up in the show pen. You want them to push against, you want them to push against you. You want their top up. It's not really up right now, but you want their top up, and you want their legs set like that. You kind of want them like in the middle. You want them stretched out, but not too stretched out. You don't want them not stretched out. You just kind of want them like this.
What's this one's name?
This is cornbread. So this is where we work our show lambs. These are stands. You want the lamb to jump on here. It don't hurt their feet. And you want them to jump up here. You'll push their nose through here, and it don't hurt them. And you take this chain right here, and you wrap it around their head, not too tight. And the same with this one. You wrap it around. And then over here is a sharpshooter. It just makes them push. It don't hurt them. You put their heads up in here. Then you walk them through. Put their legs set up, and it makes them push. You want the lambs to push because you want them to show their muscles. And that's all. Oh, and when we blow them, here's the blower over here. So you take this right here. It's kind of, it's not really plugged in right now, but it blows their shag out, their leg hair on their legs. It blows them, and then over here in this box there is show spray, and when they're up on the stand, you want to spray their hide and their legs, and then you want to comb them out, make sure no shavings, and you want them to look really good.
So how often do you do that?
Every day. You want to do it every day. And then the spray, it makes them moist, and then you blow it out after you put the spray on.
Okay, so the horse that Peyton's riding right now, his registered name is Showbiz Ben, and he was given to us by Crystal's dad. And Benny is what we call him at the barn. He's 19 years old. He's a registered quarter horse with the American Quarter Horse Association. His earnings exceed $305,000, which is a lot of money in the horse business for a horse to win. So he's a very, very, very good horse. And Peyton's learning to, she's going to show him this year for the first time. So what she does is an event called cutting. And in cutting, you're tasked to go into a herd of 20 to 30 cows, pick one cow out of that group, take that cow up to the front, and you've got 4 people that help you to keep that cow in the middle. And her job is to basically keep that cow away from getting that back to the herd. And it sounds very easy and it's very hard.
And tell them what you're going to do. She's going to work the flag.
Yeah, so we're going to show you is we have a essentially we call it a mechanical cow, but it's a flag system, and the cow or the horse is very used to working it. He thinks it's a flag, he thinks it's a cow, right? So as it moves, the horse should work the flag just like it was a cow. What that does is it saves us money, right? We don't have to have 40 head of cattle here to feed and take care of and work, and we can just work the flag.
That's what I was going to ask, is how do you practice with cows?
Yeah, so most of the time, I mean, you want to work real cows, and he's better on real cows than he is on a flag. But to keep costs down and stuff like that, we work flags. I know you asked earlier about the boots and the bell boots and the things like that. These horses have tendons that run down the back of their legs, and these performance horses like cutting horses, rein cow horses, barrel horses, rope horses, running horses, the big time running horses, they want to keep that tendon basically pulled back over here straight where it's supposed to be. So these boots are designed to help support that tendon, because when you lose that tendon, you lose the whole leg of the horse. So its power goes away, its control over its feet go away. It's just detrimental to the horse. So these $90 boots are there to keep those tendons pulled in shape as we ride. The boots on the bottom here are designed to keep horses that stop really good, their back feet come all the way up, and these boots are designed to protect that shoe from getting ripped off or damage done to the back of the horse's foot. It's the same thing with the back boots as well. They're designed to keep those tendons in right place, and basically it's just a little protection to keep them from getting hurt.
Blanket. The blanket. What about the blanket? That was
The blanket. Okay. So at the first time he was in the stall with a blanket, and it keeps them warm. It's just like a human blanket. It just snaps on them so it can't fall off of them, and it keeps them warm and it keeps them cozy.
That's right. Walk up to the flag, hand up. You want me to? Okay. All right, guys, here we go. So Peyton's going to cut this mechanical cow right here, and the object of this is her horse should work this flag while she keeps her hand down. So the horse is making all the moves. Peyton's just kind of sitting there. She has to watch the flag, and she has to keep her hand down. The goal is for that horse to control that flag, which normally is a cow. We use a flag here, but this horse is attempting to keep this from getting by her. And you'll see as we get a little faster here that she's not making any moves. The horse is making all the moves. He's jumping right in front of the flag. She's not steering, she's not kicking, she's not doing a lot of extra stuff. He's doing it all. And he's really good at it. Uh-oh. All right, Paige, that's good.